Ayan. Okay. Hi, guys. Hi, everyone. Okay, so for this video, we'll start learning together about the concepts covered under DAMA International's data management body of knowledge. And we'll break it into smaller chunks of topics. Um, but for this video, we'll start introducing ourselves to data modeling and design. An important piece to begin with is for us to have a thorough understanding as well of the data architecture. And perhaps that will be covered in a separate video. Um, Data architecture, it can cover about the different business drivers. It can also cover about the different data architecture outcomes and practices. And together we look into the theories of it as well, right? We also cover about the essential concepts, the activities, and under it, we establish data architecture practice and integrate with enterprise architecture as well. In the separate video, we'll also cover about the data modeling tools, the asset management software options we have, and then we have the graphical design applications to consider as well, together with the techniques, and under the techniques, the life cycle projections, diagramming clarity. We'll also cover in that a separate video the implementation guidelines, including the readiness assessment, risk assessment, organization, and cultural change. And then as part of data architecture governance, the metrics as well. But for now, we'll have an introduction, as mentioned already, to data modeling and design. Okay, uh, data modeling. Data modeling is as we go along learning, is the process of discovering, analyzing, and scoping data requirements, and then representing and communicating these data requirements in a precise form called data model. Now, data modeling is a critical component of data management. The modeling process requires that organizations discover and document how their data fits together. And actually, the modeling process itself designs how data fits together. Data model, or at least, or rather, I should say, data models, they depict and enable an organization to understand its data assets. Now, there may be a number of different schemes used to represent data, and there are six most commonly used schemes, which are relational, dimensional, object-oriented, fact-based, time-based, and NoSQL. Now, models of these schemes exist at three levels of detail. Apparently, we have the conceptual, we have the logical, we have the physical. Now, each model contains a set of components. Example of components, we have the entities, we have relationships, we have facts, keys, and attributes. And once a model is built, it needs to be reviewed, and once approved, it needs to be maintained. Now, as we get our heads to the definition of data modeling and design, let's go over to the next slide. Right here, data modeling is the process of discovering, analyzing, and scoping data requirements, and then representing and communicating these data requirements in a precise form, as we already mentioned earlier on, called the data model. Now, this process, as we should take note, is iterative as well and may include a conceptual, logical, and physical model. Now, as we look at the illustration here, the goal here says to confirm and document an understanding of different perspectives, no, which leads to applications that more closely align with current and future business requirements, and creates a foundation as well to successfully complete broad scoped initiatives such as master data management and data governance programs. Okay. Um, Data models, they also comprise and contain metadata essential to data consumers. And much of this metadata uncovered during the data modeling process is essential to other data management functions. As we look over to the book, also we'll take some example definitions for data governance and lineage for data warehousing and analytics. Now, for this particular video, at least, we'll try to describe the purpose of data models, the essential context, or perhaps in the subsequent videos, okay? The common vocabulary used in data modeling and data modeling goals and principles as well. Now, we'll use a set of examples in the next videos from data related to say education and illustrate how data models work from that perspective and to show the differences between them. Now, as we go over to the first bullet, what it says here, we have the business drivers. Now, data models, they are critical to effective management of data, and they provide one, a common vocabulary around data. Two, they capture and document explicit knowledge about an organization's data and systems. And three, they serve as primary communications tool during projects. And then lastly, they provide the starting point also for customization, integration, or even replacement of an application. Then what about the goals and principles? Okay, the goal of data modeling is to confirm and document understanding of different perspectives, which leads to applications that more closely align with the current and future business requirements and creates a foundation to successfully complete broad scoped initiatives such as say master data management and data governance programs. Now, proper data modeling really leads to lower support costs and increases the reusability of opportunities for future initiatives. So, in the process, reducing the costs of building new applications and whatnot. Now, data models are an important form of metadata, and confirming and documenting the understanding of different perspectives, they facilitate many different points. The first of which is formalization. What does that mean? It means that a data model documents a concise definition of data structures and uh, relationships, and it enables assessment of how data is affected by implemented business rules for the current as is states or desired target states. Now, formal definition imposes a disciplined structure to data that reduces the possibility of data anomalies occurring when accessing and persisting data. And by illustrating the structures and relationships in the data, a data model makes data easier to consume. Next, we have the scope definition. A data model, well, what does this mean for us? It means a data model can help explain the boundaries for data context and implementation of purchased application packages, projects, initiatives, or existing systems. Okay. And then the third bullet, we have knowledge retention or documentation. What this means for us is a data model can preserve corporate memory regarding a system or project by capturing knowledge in an explicit form. It then serves as documentation for future projects to use as the as is version. Now, data models, they help us understand an organization or business area, no, an existing application, or the impact of modifying an existing data structure. We refer to the data model. This data model becomes a reusable map to help business professionals, project managers, analysts, modelers, developers, to understand data structure within the environment. So in much the same way, as the map maker learned and documented a geographic landscape for others to use for navigation. So that's a good example, really. The modeler enables others to understand an information landscape. um we'll in the next topics, we'll cover about the different essential concepts under data modeling and design, and perhaps that will also explain the different types of data that can be modeled, the component pieces of data models, the types of data models that can be developed, and the reasons for choosing different types in different situations. So perhaps each has its own purpose. Now, this set of definitions is extensive in part because data modeling itself is about the process of definition. So it is important to understand the vocabulary that supports the practice. No? Later on, we'll cover about the topic of data modeling and data models. We'll also cover the different types of data that are modeled. We have there the category information, we have there the resource information, we have their business event information, detailed transaction information, and whatnot. We will also cover about the data model components, entities, and their graphical, examples, perhaps relationships. What else? And also their corresponding graphic representation. And what about cardinality? We'll also cover that. And then we'll also cover the arity of relationship, which under it would cover whether it's a unary, recursive, whether it's binary, whether it's of a ternary relationship. And then at some point in the future, we'll also cover talking about foreign keys as well. So I hope you please stay tuned for more exciting videos and learning videos. Okay. Okay, hold on a bit. I think I'll have to pause for here. The intention is to deliver learnings or to relay our learnings together in smaller, manageable chunks. Okay, so for now, we'll start this video. The information of which is taken from Data Management Body of Knowledge by Dama International. Okay, if you like this video and you like to um, uh, show some love, please do click the like and subscribe button, and also keep the ads playing as well. Thank you so much and have a great day ahead there. Bye bye.